Members of the United Brotherhood of Carpenters draw their skills, safety, productivity, and attitude from training. And it all starts here. Welcome to the Carpenters International Training Center. The Carpenters International Training Center is the hub for learning for the UBC. The ITC, as it's called, is a comprehensive facility that meets many needs. It has shop areas where we train regional instructors and directly train members. And the ITC is where we develop new courses and materials and keep existing ones up to date. There's meeting and classroom space for skills courses, leadership programs, industry conferences, professional development, meetings with contractors, and much more. This is our shop area where we do all of our hands-on training and mock-ups with all the instructors that come here for Train the Trainer. This mock-up over here is the inside of a coal furnace. They get inside to a boiler unit. The boiler unit has used crushed coal dust to fire the boilers. Carpenters are the first ones in and the last ones out in a boiler unit. They're specially trained to do a very nasty, dirty job, but they do it well, and our contractors and our owners appreciate it. Over here, we have our light gauge and heavy gauge steel framing, interior systems, and again, this is another mock-up that we have to teach our training centers how to set their mock-ups within their training center. Everyone doesn't have the luxury of having such a large space to do their training, so they have to use their space multiple ways. And to look around the small room here, you wouldn't really get that much out of it, but we as trainers, and we teach our instructors how to best use the space. They can go to any one of these 9 different bays here, and today they could be teaching suspended ceilings for 9 different carpenters up in the ceiling area up here off of Baker Stations. But tomorrow, they could be back down on the floor here and not doing ceiling training. They could be down here putting up wood frame walls. They could be doing light gauge walls. They could be doing concrete forms on top of this plywood floor. Now this area in here is the interior systems mock-up area for an office lobby. It's your typical lobby of an office, whether it's just suspended ceilings, the receptionist desk. Behind me you even have elevator shafts. And this is all put together to train our members on how to frame it out, put the drywall up, do the taping. This area in here within our interior systems training space is actually one of our newest programs. Best Practices in Healthcare Construction, or ICRA training. And what we do here is we bring the instructors in here for a special class that's 40 hours long on learning how to teach best practices in healthcare construction. What we also have here is we send the instructors back home and they teach our members with a 24-hour class to be able to go into hospitals and safely work, not only safely for our members that are working in the hospital, but also for the patients and the employees of the hospital, so that nobody gets cross-contamination from things that will come out of a construction job. Now, the framing of many buildings today is done with heavy gauge steel, which the carpenters do. And that's what the carpenters get trained in here. The instructors come here, get trained in how to teach heavy gauge steel to put up the exteriors of the building with the heavy steel. And another area that we train in is in wire lath. The lathers go in and do the wire lath and get ready to do the plastering, stucco, or whatever finish they're putting on the exterior or interior of the building. This area in here is heavy concrete, heavy road bridge building concrete. So the carpenters will come in, set all the forms, put it together, and then the concrete gets poured into the forms. This is, again, is part of the training that we do in the heavy and highway and concrete work. There are many, many manufacturers out there that have all sorts of different form systems that we try to teach either here or back at the local training center, more importantly, because it's a form work that they'll be using in their region. We also use this space to do solar arrays, which are your large industrial complexes of solar power. What we teach our trainers to go back to their training center to teach how to install solar panels. We teach them how to install them on slope roofs and also how to work on a flat roof. Now behind me, we have fall protection gear. That fall protection gear is used for, again, for a train-the-trainer, where we bring the trainers in here, we teach them and qualify them to go back home to their home areas to teach fall protection, so that every one of our members can be qualified in fall protection when they go out onto the job site for our contractors. Up above me is the escape hatch from a nacelle unit. And the nacelle unit is what is on top of a wind tower that makes the electricity. Our millwrights go up and work inside that nacelle unit. If they have to evacuate the nacelle and they can't go down the tower, they must rappel out the outside of the tower. And that's about 300 feet up. This room here is the mill cabinet training room. When our trainers come in here to learn, they spend half their time in the computer room programming the CNC machines and all the other machinery, because in this industry, it's probably changed the most in the past 20 years with the technology that's come forward. CNC machines are used throughout the industry, and our members need to be trained in all the latest equipment. This is actually the mock-up that's used to do the training in industrial scaffolding. We're not training our members to put up this, we're actually training our members to work up in the high steel. And the high steel they go up and work in, they do what they call cantilever scaffolding. This is scaffolding that doesn't build from the ground up. It's actually scaffolding that's built 200 and 300 feet in the air. We are sending many of our members from the United States up to Canada to do scaffolding. A lot of it's being done up in the oil sands of Alberta and in the Edmonton area. These programs bring the UBC's modern vision full circle, linking top flight skills with high-level knowledge. Skills, safety, productivity, and attitude. And it all starts here. See all of the ways that the Carpenters International Training Center is helping our members and our contractors be the best in the business.